What's up guys, back with another 6-liter video, and thanks to the guys over at Spelab, we've got two awesome modifications to install to this truck today. But first, I think we need to grace our ears. Let's pull this thing in the shop. I swear to y'all, I will eventually get graveled down so you can quit roasting me. I know y'all in the comments talking about my cliff, but let's go ahead, check out what we're gonna be installing today. I'm actually really excited because I've never done this modification, and especially on this specific truck, it is desperately needed. So without further ado, let's check it out. Holy crap, dude. We got billet diff covers and they look absolutely glorious. But before we dive into those, let's go ahead and check out what we're working with. Oh my gosh. Going from that to this, it's gonna be huge. Now, of course, you do have to buy new fluids when you get this kit, but everything else is included. So you got your drain bolt, fill bolt, sight hole, gloss black with a logo. Dude, these things look freaking crispy. I am absolutely stoked and I cannot wait to get this install started. So where do we begin? Front or rear? That one's crusty and rusty, but I think we're probably gonna have our hands full up here on the front because it's really gross, but there's also some gasket makers, so probably gonna have a fun time getting this baby clean.
We're gonna hit her with a little PB.
All right, we got a 916. Let's see if we can pop these babies loose. Now we're gonna leave that top one in until we get all the bottom free and get the fluid out so it doesn't fall back and give me a nice 20-year-old gear oil bath. I know y'all can't see it, but we're getting one from right here behind the bar. Let's see if we can crack her loose with a little cheater wrench. Oh, there it went. Now we got, I think, a 15/16 Allen screw. Not sure why. Not sure if that's normal, but it's on my truck, and I'm hoping it doesn't freaking strip. Well, it's spinning. Praise the Lord. That was a pretty scary thought of that thing boogering up. I went and looked for a paint scraper or something and I cannot find one. Jeez. Well, we just made a big mess. Well, there's our gear set. Looks brand new. All right, let's go ahead and do a mess reveal. Oh no. Dadgummit. Gonna have to clean that up, but I'm just gonna go ahead and let all that drain out and then use this plastic razor blade, scrape all the residue, which there's really not much. I'm surprised. Thankful, but surprised. I'll get that clean and we'll be ready to throw that new front diff on. So down here at the bottom of the diff, there's like a little cavity, which you can probably see on camera, and that's of course holding all of the worst things. So we're just gonna go ahead and pump that crap out. You can see just how black it is compared to the other fluid that came out. That's gonna have all your, look at this, all your disgusting shearings or whatever they're called from the gears. Oh, we got some sludge, it's thick feeling. Yeah, definitely want to pump all this out, wipe her down, get her nice and clean. So here's the plan. Not sure if it's going to work, but hopefully it will. So we're going to go ahead and put 2 of our new Allen head screws, bolts, whatever you want to call them, into the cover, and then put our gasket on the back side of it, and then just try to gently put it up into place and not booger that guy up, but also already have it lined up. So we'll try it. We'll see if it works. Just want to slide in very carefully, not booger our seal up. Just ever so carefully start getting our bolts threaded in. All right, now I gotta find, well, maybe it's the same size. Let me check. Awesome. So it is the same HW516 Allen. So from the research that I've done, this is what we need in our front differential. It's gonna be 4 packs of the 75W90. That's Valvoline Advanced Gear Oil. That is the full synthetic. Let's go ahead and pop the fill cap off, throw this stuff in. It's definitely gonna be a little bit difficult on the front to see our capacity through the sight hole because it is covered by that steering bar, but I think it's right at 4 quarts. Now the internet does sometimes lie, so we'll just have to see. But, ooh, well, it's never a bad idea to use a pump like I was going to, but since we do have these easy fill packs, we just squirt them in there, but we did make a little mess. But that's nothing we can't clean up. All right, 1 pack down. Let's try a different technique. Plug the hole with your finger and guide it in there. 2 packs down, that's 3. For our 4th pack, hopefully I'm not blocking y'all, but I'm gonna keep an eye on our sight hole to see. Hopefully we don't need more than 4. Oil just got to our sight hole. Let me pause our flow. There's your fluid level. All right, for the rear, it's gonna be a 1/2 inch. Oh, baby. Woo! Gosh dog, that smells like it had some additives in it. We're just going to take it nice and easy so we don't make a huge mess like up front. I think there's a lot more fluid going to come out of here. Let me go ahead and get up in here. Kind of show y'all. You see that little valley right there? You don't want to leave that crap in there. So go ahead, grab you a pump or a rag or whatever. Get it out, because that's where all the material is going to be collected at. From someone that has never taken a diff cover off until today, I think everything looks fine. Clean up all the way around, and then we'll be ready to throw our new diff cover on. Now, before we throw our cover on, I wanted to go ahead and highlight a couple of things. So this is not just for looks, this is also for performance as well. So all of these ridges that you see, that is for heat transfer. And if we flip it over, you can see some ridges in here. This is designed to help with the slingage of the oil coming off the gear set. So the factory one is all smooth, and this is supposed to help direct the oil in the fashion that it needs to go to help lubricate everything. And if you take a peek up in there, there's our fill hole, got a magnet on it. Drain hole, magnet. So any material that ever does come off as the wear and tear goes, it's gonna get stuck to those magnets and not get cycled back up into your clutching. As well as here's your little peep hole, so you'll be able to monitor it and ensure it's gonna have the right fluid capacity in there. So now with that said, let's go ahead, grab our gasket out of here, get a couple of bolts, slam this guy in. All right, let's go ahead and try to line her up. The rear bolts are actually a 1/4 inch Allen. Let's get one up top, get her held into place, and then we can get all the rest of them in there. Just got done tightening all of our bolts, and I probably went around this thing about 10 different times just to hopefully ensure that we got everything equally torqued down. So hopefully we don't have any kind of leaking issue. But we have got one thing left to do before we put fluid in this thing, and that is a little ASMR of the peel. That looks freaking good. Let's go ahead, make sure our drain bolt is properly tightened first, and then we'll pop our fill bolt off and add fluid until she's happy. And then for our rear fluid, we're gonna be using the Valvoline Full Synthetic Advanced Gear Oil 75W140. And you have to run products that are made for limited slip rear ends if you have a limited slip rear end. So your front and your rear are not the same. You have to have this stuff for the rear. It is not optional. So Make sure the stuff that you buy says for limited slip, or you're putting the correct additives into the other stuff. I don't know why you would do that, but just get the stuff that says it's for limited slip and you'll be good to go. Make sure your drain bolt is fully tightened before you start adding stuff. My front one and this one a little bit loose. Go ahead and fill her up. All right, that's one down. That's two down. That's three. Well, our sight hole is full, but that's not nearly as much as I thought it would take by asking ChatGPT. I have no idea what ChatGPT was going on about, but it is definitely not 7 quarts. It is 3.3, I think it is. So we're gonna take a little out. We only put like 3.7, but I wanna have the right amount in there. So we're gonna try to drain some out without draining all of it. But since I bought 7, we literally have enough to do it again. So hopefully we don't spill it all, but if we do, it'll be okay. You're gonna drain it till it comes out the bottom, till we can see it. Bring the level down. Let it simmer, because we might have took too much out. But I want it to look just like the front, basically sitting exactly where it is. That should be the perfect level. Now we got our fill cap tight, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe everything down. We're ready to hit the road. And can we just appreciate the sight hole being there? Because if it wasn't, and I just trusted what ChatGPT said, I would have put 7 quarts in this thing and it would have been way over full capacity. So could have freaking smoked the rear end without the sight hole. You gotta love wrapping up an install right at golden hour, man. The trucks just look absolutely amazing in this lighting. And so do our new covers. Holy crap, dude. They look so freaking crispy. Look at that. That is absolutely glorious. Man, I have missed this freaking truck. Missed the wheel lights, missed the whole experience. I'm about to go drive it, but I pulled it out and I was like, golly, that lighting is too good. I don't wanna miss it. And this shot right here is disgusting. Oh, look at that. That is so sick. Man, I am tickled with that. And I'm sure Gamble is as well, now having fresh fluids in the front and rear. Golly, man, I have missed this truck and I just absolutely love it. Everything we do to this thing, it just gets better and better. So once again, huge shout out to Spelab for sending us out these covers. I'll have everything linked in the description, from the covers to their website to the fluids that we use, everything. So go down there, check it out. If your truck is not the same as mine, I'm sure they still make one for your truck, and it just cleans it up so much. Going from our old crusty rusties right here. I don't know why that one says 98. Maybe it got replaced at some point. I don't know. From this to that. Are we kidding right now? Massive upgrade. But that's gonna be about it for this video, guys. So definitely drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, ring that bell notification, and I will see y'all boys in the next one.